are the endless comparisons to the dot-com era 25 years ago, the one that sent us in the wilderness for ages and ages and lost a generation of investors. I think my bona fides are pretty good here. My hedge fund had a bang-up year in 2000 when the market was headed south, and I also created an internet company, TheStreet.com, which was part of the run-up. If you read Confessions of a Street Addict, my autobiography, you can tell that I knew the dot-coms were about to blow. There was huge insider selling every single day. Sell. And there was it was endless. And there would have been a lot more if it weren't for lockups. Like, remember what I mentioned with ARM? Most of the companies disappeared during the prolonged decline that followed, more than 300 of them. The vast majority of the dot-coms had no earnings or even plans to have earnings. They were worthless pieces of paper masquerading as shares in real enterprises. That looks nothing like today, though. These days, the stocks that have been flying, they belong to companies that are ridiculously profitable. We just can't tell how to value them. Maybe they look expensive there, but what happens if they're just big as, it's all get out in 2025 earnings? So where do I come out? I'm convinced that you can't end this move without a huge wave of selling, and that huge wave will not be created by the cautious and the prudent, the ones who quietly pulled out of this market already. It will bend, but it can't break with this level of skepticism. Things like the comeuppance of commercial real estate, if there really is one, won't kill it. A really terrible red-hot CPI tomorrow won't obliterate it. We're going to need something's got to go really awry, really wrong, to bring out enough sellers to knock stocks down and keep them down. Of course, history says it can happen, but well, the bottom line says without huge chunks of selling, we aren't going to have that decline. Too many people went in and haven't had the chance. Too few want to get out. Who wants to walk away from a hot head, a hot table, a hot dealer, and go buy that cashmere sweater I always talk about? Nobody, even when it's probably the responsible thing to do, at least for some of your cash.